So in continuation to my previous class, right, how I have to apply voltage VDD here, how I can apply voltage VDD here for p channel JFET, So here the p-type substrate means holes are here majority charge carriers, and the source terminal is here, gate is here, and drain is here. Okay, I can compare the function of source terminal with the function of emitter terminal in BJT. So what emitter will do there? It emits charge carriers. Likewise, source also it emits the charge carriers. Okay, it pushes the charge carriers to move forward towards drain terminal, right? So since holes are here majority charge carriers, right, I have to give here positive supply to VDD. Of course, maybe I have shown the symbols in wrong here. Okay, so but the symbol of voltage source VDD is right, but the conventions plus minus are wrong here. Okay, so I have to give positive supply of VDD to p-type semiconductor substrate, which is source, so that what will happen? The holes which are majority charge carriers in this source terminal will move towards drain terminal. As holes are positive charge carriers and I am applying here positive voltage VDD, so what will happen? This positive terminal VDD will push the charge carriers holes towards drain terminal, because like charges repel each other. And what will happen here at drain terminal? Drain terminal is also p-type semiconductor substrate. Of course, the charge carriers in source terminal are moving towards drain terminal, such that the hole concentration at drain terminal will be very high here. So what I have to do? I have to apply negative terminal here in order to attract the charge carrier, such that I will be with closed loop. That's how the charge carriers will move from source to drain terminal. Okay, source to drain terminal. So what about the current? If charge carriers move from source to drain, then current also will be from source to drain. That's it. Okay, let us forget about this gate terminal voltages. Okay, let us forget about this gate terminal voltage. I am not applying any gate terminal voltage here. Okay, simply I am showing you this how I have to draw circuit diagram and how I have to give voltage VDD across drain and source terminals. That only I am now telling, right? So if holes move from source to drain, current direction is also from source to drain. If electrons move from source to drain, then current direction is from drain to source. Okay, so direction of current is opposite to the flow of electrons, and direction of current is in same direction as flow of holes. Okay, so current direction is also from source to drain. So current moves at source terminal like this and leaves the drain terminal like this. Okay, so these are the conventions I have shown you here. Okay, so this is the voltage source. Positive terminal I have to give to source, and negative terminal of VDD I have to apply for it for drain terminal in order to make it work properly. Okay, so this is a circuit diagram, right? So this is the circuit diagram, and how this circuit will work. Okay, and how this will work, right? Let us move on to schematic, right? So what will I do means I will take three conditions. Okay, this is positive terminal, this is negative terminal. Okay, I will take three conditions. Case 1 is when VGS equal to 0. Means I am short circuiting this. When VGS equal to 0. what will happen? That is case 1. Case 2 is when VGS greater than 0, means I am applying here some positive voltage. Means I am applying here some positive voltage. Okay, I am applying here some positive voltage here, like this, which you are now seeing on the screen. Okay, like this, right? And third condition is VGS less than 0. Less than 0 means this terminal becomes negative, this terminal becomes positive terminal. Okay, so we have to talk about these 3 conditions in order to get idea about FET, P channel JFET, right? So now case 1, when VGS is equal to 0. VGS equal to 0 means I am short circuiting this terminal, and means gate and source terminals are at same potential. Okay, so I have told you that the FET has high input impedance. Okay, since FET has high input impedance, the input current, that is gate current will always be 0 or very less. Okay, gate current is very less, nearly equal to 0, right? So what will happen in FET? IS equal to ID, source current is equal to drain current. Always source current is equal to drain current in FET. But in BJT, even if you take common emitter, common collector, common base configurations, input current is not equal to output current. Okay, emitter current is not equal to collector current always, right? But in FET, source current is always equal to drain current ID, right? So let's move on to case 1. VGS equal to 0 and VDS some negative value here. Okay, VDS some negative value here, right? So this is negative terminal and this is positive terminal, right? So VGS equal to 0 means source and gates are short circuited, and some negative voltage VDS is applied such that positive terminal of VDS is connected to source terminal and negative terminal of VDS is connected to, VDS means VDD here, right? So negative terminal of VDD is connected to drain terminal. VDS means voltage across drain and source, and this voltage is equal to VDD. VDS equal to VDD here, since there are no other passive component in between VDS and VDD. Okay, so positive terminal of VDD and VDS is connected to source, and negative terminal of VDS or VDD is connected to drain terminal of JFET. Then what will happen? The source terminal gets more forward bias and drain terminal gets reverse biased. Why? Because here in source, at source, the substrate is P-type semiconductor and I am applying here positive voltage. So what will happen? It forward biases P-type material there at source. Okay, and the same material present here at drain terminal. The same material is present at drain terminal here. Okay, so drain terminal is also P-type semiconductor substrate, and I am giving here negative voltage. So what will happen? This negative bias will make material at drain terminal reverse bias. So what will happen? The negative potential makes drain reverse bias and positive potential make source terminal forward bias. Okay, so holes which are positive charge carriers in P-type substrate near source terminal gets repelled by this positive voltage of VDS, right? Since the holes are positive charge carriers here at source terminal, and I am applying here positive voltage, as like charges repel each other, what will happen? What will happen? The holes move towards drain terminal. Okay. So the positive terminal of VDS tends to move charge carriers towards drain terminal, right? So current flows from source to drain. Why? Because holes are moving from source to drain. That's why current is also from source to drain. Current is also from source to drain. Okay. So one second. Right, this is positive and this is negative and this is negative. Okay, so the current at drain is ID and the current at source is IS. IS represents source current and ID represents drain current. Okay, and gate current is 0. That's why IS equal to ID. Okay, so if I increase the voltage here, what will happen? Let us forget about this depletion region. Okay, let us forget about this depletion region. Now I am going to talk about the charge carriers and currents, how they move. Okay, how they move, right? So that if I increase this VDD or VDS, what will happen? More and more charge carriers will move from source to drain. Okay. Why? Because this positive terminal of battery repels the positive holes here, and the negative terminal of this battery attracts the holes there. Okay, holes which are present there. So that's why what will happen if I increase this VDS much more? What will happen? More number of charge carriers will move from source to drain. That's why current also increases. Okay, put it in your brain at this point. Okay, so current also increases, right? And let us talk about this depletion regions now, right? Now I am increasing the voltage here. So what will happen? Reverse bias at drain terminal increases, and forward bias at source terminal increases. Okay, so what will happen? The depletion region near source terminal decreases and the depletion region near drain terminal increases. By this, the channel width gets narrower. Okay, channel width become less. Of course, due to this forward bias, more number of charge carriers will move from source to drain, so that current increases much more. So as I go on increasing this VDS, so what will happen? Current will increase, and also the depletion region at reverse bias goes on increasing, thereby the channel width goes on decreasing. Channel width will go on decreasing. Okay, at one point what will happen? If I go on increasing this voltage VDD, okay, if I go on increase this voltage VDD, what will happen? The depletion region near drain terminal will increases much more. So what will happen? All the charge carriers now can't move from source to drain freely. Why? Because the path is narrow now. So what will happen? They will accumulate here, and a constant number of charge carriers will move from source terminal to drain terminal now. Okay. Why? Because if I go on increasing this reverse bias, this VDD now, what will happen? Depletion region here goes on increasing. Depletion region here goes on increasing. By this, what will happen if I increase depletion region much more here? So what will happen? Literally, they would touch each other. They would touch each other here. Okay, but still they can't touch. They can't touch. But the space here, becomes narrow. The space here becomes narrow. Okay, they want to touch each other, right? But they can't touch. There is a little space still we have there is for charge carriers to move from source terminal to drain terminal. Okay, so what will happen? All the charge carriers will accumulate here and a constant number of charge carriers will move from source to drain, right? This is called pinch off. This is called pinch off. This phenomenon is called pinch off, right? If I go on increase the voltage source VDD now, what will happen? The depletion region will not increase beyond that pinch off point. Okay, so what will happen? Very little space is available near channel for charge carriers to move from source to drain. That's it. Beyond that, even if I increase the voltage VDD, depletion region will not increase. Okay, so channel width becomes constant. This voltage is called pinch off voltage. This voltage is called pinch off voltage. Means beyond pinch off voltage, even if I increase VDD much more, the depletion region will not increase, and only a constant number of charge carriers will move from source to drain. So what will happen? Current becomes constant. Beyond pinch off voltage, if I increase VDD, current becomes constant here. Okay. So this is the graph. For Vgs equal to 0. This is the graph for Vgs equal to 0 till pinch off voltage. This is pinch off voltage. Vp. This is pinch off voltage Vp. Till pinch off voltage. Okay, current is increasing. After pinch off voltage, even if I increase VDS, what will happen? Current becomes constant. Okay. So this is the graph when Vgs equal to 0 volts. These are drain characteristics and these are transfer characteristics. Right? Now we are going to draw drain characteristics. Right? Drain characteristics means VDS versus ID. Right? Output voltage versus output current. Now I am going to draw. That's it. Right? So drain characteristics are the characteristics which are plotted between output voltage versus output current for different fixed values of input voltage. Right? So this is the first condition, case 1. Okay. Let us move on to case 2. What is case 2? Case 2 is when VGS greater than 0. Okay. This is positive, this is negative. In the diagram it was shown wrong. Okay, don't confuse. So VGS is positive now, means VGS greater than 0. What is VGS? Voltage between gate and source. Is the voltage VGG. VGG means VGS. Okay. So VGS means the voltage applied between gate and source, and this is VGG. This is also voltage applied between gate and source. And just simply I am writing this voltage source in double subscript notation. Okay, that's it. So VGS equal to VGG now. Right? So when VGS equal to 0, what will happen? What will happen? Here, this positive voltage is making source terminal here forward bias. Okay, and this negative potential here is making this terminal reverse bias. Okay, reverse bias. So the reverse bias is high here, right? And now I am applying VGG now. VGG is some positive value, means VGS is some positive value. So what is happening? The positive terminal of VGG is connected to N-type semiconductor substrate, which is gate here. Okay, if N-type semiconductor substrate is given to positive terminal of battery, it reverse biases the gate terminal now. Okay, so what is happening here? Already this negative terminal is reverse biasing here, and this positive terminal is reverse biasing gate here. Means what is happening here? Due to high reverse bias, the depletion region width will increase fastly. Okay, so the positive voltage VGS applied between gate and source terminal, this gate and source terminal, helps to reach saturation level for ID at lower levels of VDS. Okay, means here I am applying reverse bias here. So what will happen? This depletion region increases fastly. Let us suppose previously at VDS equal to some 4 volts, let us suppose. When VDS equal to 4 volts, we are getting pinch off condition. Why? Because depletion region width is getting narrow by narrow as VDS is increased. Okay, previously. Now what is happening? This voltage source is also reverse biasing this channel here. So the channel gets reverse biased very fastly. So at 2 volts only, now I will get channel width very much narrower. Okay, so that pinch off condition occurs very fastly. So at VDS equal to 2 volts only, what will happen? All the charge carriers will accumulate here, and only constant number of charge carriers will move from source to drain terminal. So current becomes constant. That is shown here in this graph. When VDS equal to plus 1 volt, some positive voltage. So what will happen? Previously this is the VP here, pinch off voltage, and now this is the pinch off voltage. Why? Because at VDS equal 2 volts only, I am getting constant current. Current is getting constant here. This is the graph for VDS equal to plus 1 volt. Okay, if I apply more positive VGS, if I apply more positive voltage here, okay, if I apply more positive voltage here, this is positive, this is negative, positive, negative, right? If I apply more positive voltage, if I go on increasing VGG, what will happen? This positive terminal makes this N-type gate more reverse bias, and this negative terminal is making it reverse bias. So what will happen? Reverse bias improves fastly if I increase VGG much more. So that what will happen? The channel width will become narrower for very low values of VDS. If VGG equal to some 2 volts plus 2 volts, what will happen? I will get this narrow channel only if I increase voltage. If I increase voltage to 1 volt here, 1 volt here, 1 volt here. So what will happen? Pinch off condition occurs very fastly, so that current becomes constant. Current becomes constant. So when VGS equal to 2 volts, VGS equal to 2 volts, what will happen? This depletion region will get narrower when VDS equal to just 1 volt. Okay. So likewise, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5 also. Okay. And condition 3, third case. If I increase if I decrease this VGG, if I apply here some negative voltage here, what will happen? This will become negative, this terminal becomes positive. So what will happen now? Simply this negative terminal, this is negative, okay? This negative terminal is making this negative. This negative terminal is making this drain terminal reverse bias. Okay, and the negative terminal here is making this N-type gate forward bias. So this forward bias will compensate this reverse bias here at the junction. So if I want pinch off condition, if I want pinch off condition here, I have to increase VDD much more, increase VDS much more. So what will happen? The graph shifts towards upside like this. The graph will shift towards upside like this. This is the graph for VDS equal to minus 1 volt. Okay, VDS equal to minus 1 volt. So this is about drain characteristics. Let us move on to transfer characteristics. The transfer characteristics are derived from drain characteristics. We can derive transfer characteristics from drain characteristics by simply applying Schottky's equation. ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. Okay. So what is IDSS here? ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP. It is a Schottky's equation, right? So Schottky's equation. What is IDSS? IDSS means saturation source to drain current. Saturation source to drain current. Okay. What do you mean by saturation source to drain current? Saturation source to drain current means it is the maximum value of current. It is the maximum value of current when VGS is equal to 0. When VGS is equal to 0, it is called IDSS and it is 6 volts. Here in this example. Okay. So what is pinch off voltage VP? The voltage at which the voltage of VDS at which current becomes constant. The voltage of VDS at which current becomes constant is called pinch off voltage VP. So the equation is IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. So when VGS equal to 0, what will happen? This term vanishes. So 1 minus 0 whole square means 1. 1 into IDSS means IDSS. So like this, for different values of VGS, we will plot drain current ID. Drain current ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. Okay. So if we draw graph between VGS versus ID, then the curve which we got is called transfer characteristic. Okay, VGS versus ID, right? And now if VGS equal to VP, what will happen? VP by VP term goes to 1 minus 1 0 into IDSS 0, ID equal to 0 now, so when VGS equal to VP, I am with 0 current. When VGS equal to when VGS equal to 0 volts, right, when VGS equal to 0 volts, I am with ID equal to IDSS. So what is the equation? ID equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VP whole square. Okay, so when VGS equal to 0 volts, ID equal to IDSS. When VGS equal to VP, then ID equal to 0. So we have to draw the characteristic curve for different values of VGS, to get ID, and join all the locus points to get the characteristic curve. Okay, transfer curve. So another simple trick is there. Okay, for VGS equal to 1 volt, what we have to do? Draw a straight line vertically like this, draw a straight line horizontally like this. Okay, the point where the both lines intersect is the locus point. Okay, for VGS equal to 2 volts, I have to draw on 2 volts here. For VGS equal to 1 volt, draw the vertical line there and horizontal line like this. Okay, the intersection point which we got is the point which we have to plot on VGS versus ID curve, right? When VGS equal to 3 volts, draw straight line vertically. When VGS equal to 3 volts, draw line horizontally. Okay, where the both lines intersect is the locus point which we have to take. When VGS equal to 5 volts, draw a line vertically upwards, and when VGS equal to 5 volts, draw horizontal line and put a point there. So this is the point where ID equal to where VGS equal to 0, and this is the point where VGS equal to VP. Join all the points. Okay, this is the transfer characteristic. Okay, so like this we can plot transfer characteristics from drain characteristics for JFET. Okay, this is all for this class. See you in next class.